Morning. So I want to do this video on the joy of hitting rock bottom. So it's also a video on breakthrough and timing and whatever else I throw in there. So I got sick 8.5 months ago, and for the whole 8.5 months, every month I thought I hit rock bottom, and every month I got weaker. The pain got more severe. You get, it's just as time goes on, diseases get harder and harder to bear, so does chronic pain. So there were a ton of times in the beginning stages of my disease that I would scream out to God to just take me. And I never got to the point of suicidal. I never was going to take my life, nothing like that. But I'd be screaming out to God, God, just take me to heaven. I can't live like this. And that's how it feels living with chronic pain. So I want to really inspire everyone that your body adjusts to chronic pain. So time is our friend. It feels like our enemy. But as time goes on, your body finds ways to survive. So every second of every day for the 8 months, from my forehead down to my toes, I feel my whole body like vibrating and being electrocuted. It's even in my eyeballs, and it's every single second, and it never stops. And it's every single nerve. It's just they're firing nonstop. And that's why without my pills, I would literally just be a spasm seizure ball. My body couldn't even get out of that ball form. So I still feel those nerves firing 24/7. But it went through all different stages, from feeling like things were crawling under my skin to I'd be clawing out my skin, bruising up my legs, to that feeling like it's the pins and needles when your leg falls asleep, to the burning, to the itching, to the numb, to the you name it, the paralyzed. Like it went through it. Forgot what I was talking about. So pain. So now it's a slow vibration, and it's still 24/7, but what it tells me as time goes on, as my body's learning to format new neurotransmitters, my body's adjusting to the pain. And the other thing too is psychologically, your body starts doing things to adjust. So I found out something yesterday that had been going on for a while, and it's really cool how your body adjusts. So for a while this thing was happening, and I'd kind of like, there'd be two of me, like I'd be seeing me, but I'd be like kind of like at a different angle, but seeing me, but the other me would be talking out loud, but not to this me, and I would just be watching, and I'd feel like I was talking to someone, and for a while I kept thinking it was Adam. It was never anyone there. Then it wasn't Adam, but I still kept feeling like it was someone. And then again, it was no one there. And then it usually would happen after like long bouts of muscle spasms or seizures, but it would take about a week of intense pain, and I would start having these experiences. And during this time, the pain would stop. I just wouldn't feel my body at all. And all these times I'd be kind of hunched over and I'd be weeping, but it wasn't a sorrow. It was just a relief. Like, I can't, like, you're not even crying from sadness, just like a relief and a release. And I always feel so much lighter and like better, and like all this emotional healing, and like whoa, what was that? So I just chalked it up to me spending time with God, and it started happening more and more and more, and now it started happening to the point like a lot of times a day. And I looked it up yesterday, and what is actually happening is outer body experiences. And then I looked up what causes them, and actually every part of my disease causes them, from severe pain, severe stress, neurological issues, narcolepsy issues, and some other things that I have going on. So they say based on the severity of those diseases and those symptoms depends on how often you get the outer body experiences. So because my body at this point has been in pain for so long, and now the pain, it's mental, physical, and emotional, and the body's getting weaker, and the mind's getting weaker. I forgot what I'm saying, but things are just, I'm talking about hitting rock bottom. The beautiful part, like, your body starts adjusting to survive. Oh, so the out of body experience. So now that my body needs to check out more and more and more often because the pain is so severe on all the levels, and I have less strength to fight against it. I have them often. So yeah, so it's really cool that your body will find ways to protect itself, your mental health, your physical health, your whatever the other one is. So just don't ever lose hope. It's gonna take time, but no matter what your cause of your chronic pain is, your body's gonna adjust and keep you going. So just hang in there. And the beautiful part about rock bottom is I thought I hit it over and over and over with this disease. Like every month, the symptoms would get worse. My longinghood for motherhood would get worse. Me missing the kids would get worse. The muscle deterioration, just everything. It kept getting worse as time went on. So every month I'm like, all right, God, we're at rock bottom. All right, God, we're at rock bottom. You know, and there's a lot of times I'm screaming, crying, like, God, we're at rock bottom. We're there, God. And every month it would get worse. And there was a lot of helpless moments in that. And this morning was a nice morning because I finally felt in my spirit that I hit rock bottom. And I know this because there was a stillness, like a still water, and I heard it's gonna be okay. And so I'm officially at my rock bottom, and I've been stripped down from everything now. Dante's just staying with Dad. So is Amber till he finishes high school, and my housing's gone. My disability isn't panning out because we're moving state lines, and it takes like 6 months, and I'm losing my housing by next month, and we're moving and stuff. So I was stripped from my health and my kids and a lot of stuff, right? But now I know what God's been doing, and the storm was to clear the foundation. It was like taking an excavator and breaking up the foundation, pulling up all the roots, clearing up all the rubble. And I had so much pain in my heart and soul, and so much tragedy and disappointment in life and so much trauma, that God wanted to break me down. He gave me free will. I shouldn't say God wanted to break me down. I said that the wrong way. God gave me free will. I broke myself down by years and years and years of bad choices and not surrendering to God. And after I broke myself down to the point of 100% surrender, I then let God step in and take over. So he then cleared my whole foundation with every bit of pain from my heart, my soul, every trauma from my mind, my muscles. Like your trauma and your stress is not just in your emotions and your mental thing. It's in your muscles, it's in your body. It releases that chemical. It just destroys your body, and your muscles all store stress. Like your body stores every stress you ever had. So like your whole body is sick. So God had to break down and say, all right, Ash, take my hand. You surrendered. Now I could build your foundation. So I hit rock bottom 100% this morning. And now my foundation is 100% clear. And now I feel a turn in the road. And God's just ready to start laying brick by brick with me, building my foundation. And this morning I'm feeling filled with hope, and I'm feeling like the world is my oyster, and I'm just going to keep partnering with Jesus and just, all right, God, direct my steps. And he knows I'm all his, and there's nothing left for me to surrender. There's no one left for me to forgive. There's no trauma left for me to discover. So right now it's just rebuilding with Jesus. And I'm thankful that I've been given this opportunity, that the second half of my life I get to live a life of a foundation that was built brick by brick by Jesus. That there's not 1 ounce of my life that's not orchestrated and touched by him. Not every person, I meet, it's going to be divine connection. Everywhere I go, everything I do, every conversation, just is going to be all God divine and God connected and God led and spirit led. And it's a beautiful time in life. And in 30 days I'm leaving with a very, very heavy heart, because I found a church family that's literally what a church family should be, what every church family in the world should be. I couldn't have prayed for a better church family in the entire world, or a better church, and I'm leaving them and my greenhouse, and I'm leaving not being a mom, and leaving to go be homeless, and no income whatsoever, and no money in the bank whatsoever, and just living to go be nomads and just build a life with Jesus. And I'm taking off to Mississippi. I've never been there, and I'm excited to just start a life with Adam. And I know God has good things for me, and if you aren't on the upswing yet, just keep hanging in there, because I know the last thing you want to hear is that you haven't hit your rock bottom. But unfortunately, you might not have hit your rock bottom yet. And you already feel like anything else, you can't take it, or you're already hanging on by your last breath, and one more thing and your world will crumble. But the truth is, your world never crumbles. God's still writing your story. Love is still writing my story. That's my declaration. And now I'm just gonna start new. And if he told me at any point during the 8 months I didn't hit my rock bottom, I wouldn't have wanted to hear that. I couldn't have handled it. But I want to assure you that after you hit it, there is a peace beyond understanding, a stillness, a newness, a hope. This is the first time in 8 months I just feel like, all right, my God, like I have no idea what's coming next, how, when. I don't know anything at this point. But I'm just gonna let Jesus lead. And with my mental clarity being so off, I've had to ask God just to lead me and be my brain. And I know to a lot of people it sounds crazy that Adam and I met 90 days ago, and I'm moving to another state with him, and giving up every single thing I own and going homeless and all that, and just gonna live jumping around at his family's different houses and stuff until we build this canister home. And a lot of you might be thinking, yeah, you're crazy, and I am crazy, but I'm not crazy for that. What my out-of-body experiences have taught me is the first few times I was having them, I thought I was talking to Adam. And now it's the same feeling, like I'm still having the same outer body experiences. I still feel like I'm talking to someone, the same relief, everything. But now I know it's not Adam. Now I know what it is. But the fact that that presence I was feeling when I was having that was the presence that my body and mind must feel, and my spirit around him just tells me that's who the Holy Spirit has to lead me. So he's going to be my husband, so he's the leader. And so wherever he leads, I'm going to follow, and I'm going to let him lead the way, and, be the head, not the tail, and the head of our household. And I'm just boldly gonna follow him because I love him and I know he's from the Holy Spirit. And me being crazy has nothing to do with this decision. Being crazy, at this point, there's this is my husband, this is our future, we're gonna go build our dream life. We're all childless now. My biggest heart cry in the entire universe is going without Mom and Viana. If I could beg God for anything in the world, it would have been them coming too. But I keep telling the Lord's will, and down the line a few years from now, and who knows. But for now, it's not the case, and that's leaving my heart heavy. And I've been up here for 16 years, so I'm leaving behind every relationship, and almost all of you have known these whole 16 years. I've been blessed to have all of you, and I'm leaving not even being a mom, and I'm leaving without my health, and I'm leaving in strength and boldness and in faith, and my faith is greater than my fear, and I'm just going to keep doing it the Jesus way and taking this walk with God. And, I keep reminding myself, when did I forget you're king of the world? And Ash, how could you be afraid? God himself is leading you. God is opening the doors. God is closing the doors. God is protecting you. God is keeping you safe. God gave me Adam for the first time in my life. I am safe. I'm safe from ever being abused again. I'm safe from anyone else ever hurting me again or a bad relationship. Like, I'm safe, and God just gave me my husband and my protector and is sending us out in the world now as nomads to now go live off the land, like actual nomads. And I'm thankful to God for giving me Adam. I'm thankful for God for giving my kids a beautiful home. And I'm thankful for God for being my great comforter. And God will always be there for you. And you just gotta let him in. And you can't angry fist him no matter what happens. And you can't love him conditionally no matter what happens. And when I was paralyzed and we thought it was like cerebral palsy or something, and that I was going to be paralyzed from the neck down for the rest of my life, I told God I was still going to just spread his word to the world, and I just travel the world and in my little chair with my thing, but that I'd never turn my back on him or stop loving him. And he saw my heart, and he knew I meant it. And I haven't loved him a moment less throughout all of this. In fact, I love him more and more every day because he's taking care of my kids for me when I couldn't. He's given me Adam. Little by little, my health is coming back. And he's given me hope and a future. And, Jeremiah 29:11 plans to prosper you and give you hope and a future and not harm you. Don't quote me, it's not the right order or anything, but God's plans for your life are good. And it might not look like it might not feel like it, but I know the second half of my life is beautiful and filled with love and peace and joy and happiness. And I know I have millions of memories ahead with my kids and my grandkids, and, a million memories to make in my home. And, putting a huge sign on our yard. It's going to say Adam and Ashley's Garden of Eden, and have big arches of all different types of roses. And then I'm getting huge playing cards like this big and epoxying them with clear glow-in-the-dark paint and attaching them to the wire so that it's like Alice in Wonderland themed. And that's where the sign will be. So it's like our weird Garden of Eden, because my reality is all weird, and now that he's chosen a life with me, his reality is weird. So I just want everyone to stay encouraged and stay mindful that God hears. He hears you. He's listening. A delay doesn't mean it's not coming. It just means it's coming in God's perfect timing. And be just as thankful for God's delays, because that's when he's perfecting it. His delays in your recovery, his delays in everything. Every day I'm sick is a day he's doing something in me. And now with these outer body experiences, I'm getting so much healing. And actually I looked up that they're actually very healing for stress and anxiety. So it's also my body purging and healing itself, that every single time I have one of those, not only am I now escaping the pain, but my body is recovering. And they're the same things that are also said to have a spiritual attachment of deepening empathy. It's just known across the board, and I definitely have a way, way deeper level of empathy every day for every different type of life scenario and hardship and disease and struggle and what people go through. And there was like two other things, like understanding and something else to do with people, but there's a spiritual link to it. And a lot of people get very profound, life-changing things from them, and I know every time I have one that God is healing part of me, and if I could explain how I feel during it and after it, it's incredible. And God is taking away all my pain and building me a full, healthy, happy future. And just because the first half of life was rough, it just means my second half of life is going to be beautiful and filled with so much joy and happiness and love, and just, it doesn't even matter that we met later in life because Adam's so hot. I still get to enjoy like all his hotness, and we still get to, have just a beautiful life, and we still got to spend more of our lives together than apart. And it's not even 50% of our lives, because the first 20 years or 18, you're a child. So were you single really? I'm 37, so minus 20 years, so 17 years, but then happily married for 50. It's nothing. Like, those are great odds, so hang in there, and just know, no matter how bad it gets, it is gonna get better. And just keep really close to God. Renew your mind as many times as you need to. Scream out to Him as many times as you need to. Just do whatever you have to do to keep going, but keep going, and just know there's hope, and know that you're gonna get better. And my whole second half of my life is going to be 1,000 times better for this bout of sickness. So no matter how long this bout of sickness is, now I have 50 beautiful, healed, healthy, happy years because of this, with all the pain gone. And a greater level of appreciation, and after Adam taking care of me, I'll get to take care of him. And it's just a beautiful way to start a foundation in Jesus and a foundation in love. All right, guys, I'm gonna go. Bye.